Hey everyone, in today's video, I will show you how you can use Power Automate to copy new folder or file documents from one SharePoint tenant to another SharePoint tenant. So stay tuned. So we are going to learn how we can copy new documents from one SharePoint tenant to another SharePoint tenant, where we have some data on both tenants and want to sync new documents from one tenant to another. So Power Automate is one of the solution you can use to fulfill your this kind of requirement. So for today's demonstration, we have two sites on two tenants. One is source site, which is on this Power Hub 657 tenant, and another one is destination site, which is on the Knowledge Hub 251 tenant. So this is my source site from where I will copy the new files to this destination site. So to show you, I'm creating one Word document file because I have already created the flow which is already working. So I'm showing how this is working. So for example, I created this document here and it will take a few seconds to copy this file from there to here. So wait for some seconds to run the flow, and yeah, after refreshing you can see that document is here now. And if I open this document, so I return the testing on that document, so see, you can see that document is here from there. So how this is happening, so let me show you the flow. So let's move to the flow now. So this is my flow here. You can make the flow either source tenant or destination tenant. On both tenants it will work, but here is one prerequisite, that you should have the login account on both the tenants and you should have the access to both the tenant sites, otherwise it will not work. So first I use the trigger when file is created, properties only. So here I selected the source site and my library is like default documents library. After that I initialize two variables, full path and folder path. Why I initialize these variables, you will understand in some next few minutes. Here I used condition is folder is equal to true, because in case it is file, we need to get the file content to copy the file content from source site to destination site. But in folder case there is no file content, so in that case the flow will get fail. So to avoid that failure of flow, you can use the condition here. If the new created item is like folder or file, if it is folder, this condition will be true. If is folder is equal to true, I use the like just true expression here. If the new file which is created is the folder, then it will move to this yes part. Here I use the set variable. So in full path I am taking the full path from the trigger output, and under the folder path I'm using the expression here. So why I'm using the expression and why I'm using the variables, so the reason behind this is that if we are creating the new files here on the library only outside of the folders, then you don't need to initialize the variables. You can directly get the file content and just copy or create the new files. But when you have this kind of data where you have the root folder and then you have the subfolders, then you need the variables to get the path. The purpose of this expression is to extract the library from the folder path, because if we don't use this expression here, what it will do when we'll create the new folder here or anywhere, when we create the new folder, it will also include this shared documents library path. So it will create first shared documents folder here, and after that, under that shared documents folder, it will create the new folders which we are created here. So we don't want that, because we don't want the library name in the folder or in the path. So for that reason, I'm using the expression here to subtract the library name from the folder path. So what this expression is the substring, and then I'm taking the variable full path from this full path variable, and and 16 is the position, because if you count the shared documents letters, then it is 16. 6 for the shared and 10 for the documents. These are the 16 letters for shared documents. So I want starts the variable full path from the position 16. I mean, after the position 16, it will get the letters of the path and subtract the variable, subtract the 16 letters from the variable length full path. So it will subtract the shared documents name from the folder path. So how this expression will work. After that, I use the create new folder here. So here you need to focus more, because here is the destination site. So how this destination site comes, because we don't have the destination site in this tenant. So how this comes in this flow, this comes using the connection. So here I'm using this connection, and when you see the connection on the source site action, here I'm using this Power Hub connection. So when I'm using the source site, I'm using this Power Hub connection because I have source site on this tenant, and when I want the destination site, I'm using this Knowledge Hub connection, because on the Knowledge Hub tenant I have the destination site. So how you can create the connections, you can just click on the add new connection and sign in with your respective tenant email ID. This is very simple to just create the connection, and after that select your destination site, your library, and use the folder path here, where I have subtracted the folder path. So what this folder path will do, it will create the new folder on the same location where I will create the document on the source site. So suppose I'm creating the folder path under the folder 4, and under the subfolder 1 I'm creating one new folder. Let's name it test folder. So now we'll get the path of this folder and we'll create this folder on the same path on the destination site. So we can see the run of this flow. Okay, so this is succeeded. Let's see. You will get the more idea about these variables and the path from this run. So see, because this is the folder, so it moved to the yes part, and in the set variable it takes the full path. And see, the shared documents is coming in the full path, so we don't want this shared documents in the path, we just want this path to make this folder on the destination site. So this expression, so see, this expression subtracted the shared documents from this path, and now we have only this path. And we'll create this the new folder on this path. So let's check in the destination site now. So folder 4, so folder, and so you can see the new folder is here now. So now you will get the idea of the variables or expression. Now let's move to the no part of the condition. So if the new created file is not folder, it is any Word document or PPT or Excel, if that is a file not folder, then we'll use the get file content action here to get the content of the file. So where we'll use the source site identifiers to identify which file is that and to get the content. And again here in the create file action, I'm using the knowledge hub connection to create the new file on the destination site. So here again I'm using the destination site, and in the folder path I'm using the trigger output folder path, file name with extension from the trigger, and body, which is the get file content from this get file content action. So in create file we can directly use the folder path. Here we don't require any variable. So this is the flow which you can use if you have this kind of scenario. I hope you like my video. So yeah, go and try this. Keep learning. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and share my video.